1, 2, 3, 4.
While he was doing the fellowship, so this was his second year initiative. Remember, this is leadership development kan? So part of the program, they have to do a social initiative to address a problem in the school. Shakir was teaching in Kuala Kangsar and he realized that his with the activism spirit to eventually also start your own thing. Adiba, cohort 2012. So what tingkatan were you in 2012? Tingkatan 1. Darjah 1. Okay, very nice. When you were in standard 1, Puan Adiba started the program 2012. She's now teaching in Sarawak, in Kuching. Shafiqah also just graduated. She's the same cohort as Shakir. She's now working at Teach for Malaysia as a leadership development officer. So, and then here are the others. So, you don't have to continue serving as teachers in order for you to continue leading, right? So we have people like Brian Gay, who's now working at McKinsey, but he started this project called Closing the Gap that is now part of the Yayasan Tubuh. The story was based on Cheryl Fernando, who did the program in 2013. Some of you might have heard about the Malaysian Teacher Prize. So Cheryl started the Malaysian Teacher Prize as well when she was with Pemimpin GSL. Okay, so I know that I don't have a lot of time left, but here's my challenge to you. Take action. Now, what action can you take? If you are graduating, you dah nak habis, this year is your final year, consider joining the fellowship program. Give it some thought. If you are not graduating yet, come and do your internship with Teach for Malaysia. We have a lot of internship opportunities, or you can volunteer with us, or you can be our campus leader. I'm not sure if we have a campus leader already at UTP, but campus leader helps Teach for Malaysia to spread the word about what we do to the students, right? And here's our website. You can always go to teachformalaysia.org, look us up on social media to be part of the movement, right? Take action. That's my challenge to you today. Take action, do something about it. You are the future of the country. And with that, I will wrap up and say thank you. Do I have time to take questions? Yeah, okay, great. Happy to take any questions or comments that you have. How much time do we have? Around 10 minutes. Okay, great. We can take a lot of, maybe 2 or 3 questions or comments. Doesn't have to be about Teach for Malaysia, it can be about education in general.
Okay, so my name is Nohamara Dayat. So since Teach for Malaysia, you are mainly focused on the education, right, for the children. So how about the elders who will have the opportunity to learn at such a young age? You guys also help them throughout.
Thank you. That's a very, very good question. At the moment, we don't actively have programs for adult learners, but it is an important part of the ecosystem. Sebab kalau your parents, let's say, tak boleh membaca atau tak boleh menulis, if your parents are illiterate, right, there are many things that they cannot access. Number one. And number two, they may not be able to support their children in school. So something like that would be something that our alumni would do. So mungkin kita ada alumni yang merasa inilah masalahnya di community PPR saya, banyak parents yang tak boleh membaca, tak boleh menulis, saya nak buat kelas. Saya akan pergi cari funding, saya akan buat business proposal and I will do that. That's a perfect example of something that our alumni would be able to do. Great question.
Okay, since we are in the generation that technology is a big part of our life, so I saw that there are activities related to STEM, but I would like to ask, what are your efforts of Teach of Malaysia to implement this STEM in schools that in rural areas?
Thank you. Also a great question. So we currently have a program called Program Duta Guru that we work with Yayasan Petronas as well as KPM, where we train STEM teachers from all over the country. Right now, they are all secondary school teachers. But here's what we teach them to do. We teach them how to use the engineering design process, EDP, in the classroom. So they do a lot of, these teachers are trained to do a lot of project-based learning in the classroom, and they teach the children how to use the EDP cycle. Okay, yeah, so it's similar to design thinking cycle. So budak-budak, they are trained how to empathize with their end user. Lepas tu, think about what is the problem statement, and I think what are the potential solutions, and then they prototype and then they test. Right now, we have PDG teachers, Program Duta Guru teachers, in every PPD in the country. So PPD is the Pejabat Pendidikan Daerah. We hope that that's one way we can support STEM teachers in rural areas. And our fellowship program, some of our fellows, they mengajar bersama cikgu STEM juga. So they also are able to support to improve the teaching and learning of STEM in rural areas. Yeah, great question. I think we have 3 more here. Yeah.
So, you said before that orang asli have already been at school.
Yeah.
So how about our people or just a normal people that didn't go to school? How you approach them and how you attract them to go to school?
Yeah. So, in our fellowship program, one of the things we measure is to what extent our fellows are able to motivate our students to come to school, so we see whether the attendance increase, and also if you're working in secondary school, to what extent you are able to get more students to finish Form 5 and actually sit for SPM. How we do that is actually through the Fellow Second Year Initiative. If in the second year, they look at all the challenges that the students face and they talk to the community, they talk to parents, they talk to the school, and they find out that actually the most pressing problem in the school right now is the students are dropping out. Form 4, dia tak nak kerja dah, dia nak jadi Grab driver, dia nak kerja dekat restaurant ke mana, because they need the money to support their family. We do have modules, we run programs to encourage the students to see more possibilities. So that would be done through our fellows. Through our alumni organizations, for example, you saw just now Brian Gay closing the gap. They're part of Yayasan Tuku Abdul Rahman now. They go to schools where there are a lot of at-risk students, and they run programs to make the students feel more confident about continuing their studies. So to answer your question, we do that through our fellows yang berada dalam sekolah. They run motivational programs and things like that, and also through our alumni organizations as well. Yeah. We have 2 more. I think this gentleman here.
Hi. So my name is Afan. So I would like to know that Malaysia has come a long way, right, with the Plan Pembangunan Pendidikan from 2013 to this year. This is the last year, 2025.
This is the last year.
Yes, it's a very long plan. So I've just been wondering, because you said the statistics in the beginning, we still have illiteracy, students that can't read. So why is that still there? Still high, that's still high rates.
Yeah, I love that question. A lot of people will say, oh, ni mesti sebab COVID. Because we missed school for 1.5 years, 2 years, that must be the reason why our students are not able to read and write. I can tell you that that's only part of the story. That's only part of the story. Even before COVID itself, we already saw statistics that indicate our students are not reading and writing and doing math at the level that they should be. Why? There are so many reasons why. But I can share with you 2 things from my perspective, right? Number 1 is access to quality early childhood education. Raise your hand if you think that you went to a good kindergarten. And also maybe okay kindergarten. Okay, almost all of you had your hands up. So the fact that you were able to go to an okay kindergarten meant that probably by the time you go to standard 1, you can already read, you knew your numbers, you could speak a bit of English, you understand when your teacher says something, right? But not all of our students have that. In fact, a lot more of our students, especially students in rural areas, underserved communities who don't have access to good kindergarten experience. So dia masuk sekolah, not being able to catch up in year 1, and then what happens? In year 2, not being able to catch up, year 3 not being able to catch up, year 4 not being able to catch up. Lepas tu dia masuk year 5, dia dah bosan, dia tak nak belajar lagi. Yeah. So that's number 1. The starting ground itself is, you're not starting at the same point already. Some of you are ahead, some of you start at the back. The second thing is, the way the curriculum is designed in our country, whether you are actually reading at a year 1 level or year 5 level, but kalau you are in year 5, you're expected to learn the curriculum from year 5. walaupun you tak faham apa yang you belajar, but the kementerian say you kena belajar subjek yang sejarah ni from year 5, right? So there isn't a lot of room for teachers to modify what they teach in the classroom to meet the students' specific needs. And we see that a lot, like year 4 student not being able to read fluently, dia masih merangkak-rangkak, but they're already expected to read lengthy passages and answering comprehension questions at a year 4 level. So it's very hard for children to catch up. And I hope that the new pembangunan, whatever it is called, that is going to be released soon by the Ministry of Education, will actually reflect the need for teachers to have more autonomy in the classroom to decide what to teach and how to teach. Because the way that I teach in KL and the way that I would teach in Sarawak and the way that I would teach in orang asli kampung in Greek may not be the same, right? Yeah, so I hope that answers the question. One more question, yes.
Nasheed, a melody of faith, inspiration, and harmony. Let the soulful lyrics touch your heart and uplift your spirits.
Muhandis. Once Muhandis, always Muhandis.
Pening kepala sebab event sukan korang dah nak dekat. And tambah lagi pening bila korang tak tahu nak pilih kilang untuk custom baju korang. Jangan risau, dekat T-shirt maker kita orang boleh bantu korang buat macam-macam baju sukan yang korang nak. Kita ada baju futsal, kita ada baju netball, kita ada baju basketball, kita ada baju badminton, and kita ada baju takraw. Macam-macam sukan lagi yang kita orang boleh customkan design untuk korang. Minimum order 5 helai saja. Proses nak buat design kat sini pun memang senang, sangat pantas, boleh siap dalam masa 14 hari saja. Kalau korang ada request nak siapkan lagi awal daripada 14 hari, boleh bagi tahu kita boleh deal kat tepi, jangan risau. Apa-apa pun korang just PM je kita, bagi tahu korang nak buat baju untuk tim sukan apa, biar kita orang settlekan untuk korang. Kalau korang berminat, tekan je link yang ada dekat bio tu, kita orang akan bantu korang.
Yeah, but I get the frustration that people in the middle income group might feel sometimes, because you feel like sebenarnya you are not earning a lot, that you have access to a lot of privileges, but yet you also don't qualify for a lot of things that are afforded to like B40 communities, right? So yeah, that's a very, very good observation. Yeah. And we have a question here? Yes.
Yes, that's okay. So you can use my mic.
So my name is Hasnan. So I would like to be representative for my club, which is Harmony. So basically, we are planning on to do like a kampung angkat for one village on a long-term period. So we are focusing on the education, on the infrastructure, and socio-economic. So related to education, so I'm aware that most of them maybe that can even do math or can even read. So my question is, what is the best or the most effective syllabus that we can give to them related to the education? Is it STEM or is it more to like the basic reading or?
I guess it really depends on what your objective is. What is it that you hope to be able to see as an outcome of your program? Then, baru you think about the how, which is your syllabus. But I can share with you what research has shown to be life-changing for students from more underserved backgrounds. It is any kind of positive youth development program. Maksudnya program-program yang meningkatkan let's say their confidence level, their ability to speak up, or even like an after-school program where instead of just staying at home, lepak, tengok TV, main handphone, merempet, they actually come together in one space to learn something new. So if you're thinking about something to help the students from underserved communities, apart from academic growth, so if you do STEM program or you do literacy program, reading program, itu boleh membantu diorang punya pencapaian akademik, which is good. But equally important is also what we call positive youth development programs. Google it up so you can read more about what other positive youth development programs have been done globally. But you can do
Saya sayang Borneo Cultural Club
University Technology
Petronas.